We're the visionaries, man. What it do with y'all? Welcome back to another video out in it, you know what I'm saying? Look, man, it's gonna be a dating related type of video, man, and there's gonna be some real shit. To be honest with you, man, this is something. Look, man, see, look, I already made multiple videos when it comes to what it is I want to talk about. For some odd ass reason, my G, I swear, man, for some odd ass reason, you cannot find these type of videos. You really cannot find these type of videos online out in this bitch. Make no damn sense. So with that being said, you as a man, because this video gonna be geared to men, damn sure attractive men. But you as an attractive man, since you can't find the real answer why on some shit, look, G, you gonna feel some type of way. I'm telling you what it is, man. Let me talk about it, man. Title of this video, man. Title of this video is going to be called "To All Attractive Men That Constantly Gets Rejected." Now let me explain. Look, G, I'm about to talk about some real spill. Look, man. First things first, man, let me talk about the word rejection. Let me talk about rejection, man. Look, G, rejection. When you hear about the word rejection, right? When you hear about the word rejection, what we do, we tend to think that rejection is a very bad thing. I'm telling you what it is, man. You tend to think like when you get rejected, you tend to think, oh, I'm rejected. Oh, that means I'm not good enough. Oh, I'm rejected. That because I'm not worthy enough. I can't stand that shit. But look, man, this is what rejection does to your ass. This is what rejection does. And you might be an individual, right? You might be an individual. You probably try to look online. You might be asking questions like when it comes to dating. You probably be like online and shit like that, trying to find an answer why you get rejected on some shit. So you try to find an answer to that shit, right? You try to find an answer to that shit, and guess what? Guess what? Majority of the things that you're going to see online when it comes to them giving your ass the answer, the thing is they're going to say is basically what I just said. Oh, you wasn't worthy enough for that individual, or that individual was not interested in your ass. Oh, that individual didn't like you, or that individual, they didn't see you the same. Like, basically, when it comes to rejection, right? When it comes to rejection, you're going to hear a whole lot of negative connotations or negative stigmas when it comes around the word rejection. So with that being said, you as an attractive man, if you're going through something like that where you're constantly getting rejected, guess what, buddy? You're going to feel some type of way. I'm telling you what it is. You're going to feel some type of way because of what I just said. You don't know the reason why. And on top of that, when you hear people talking about rejection, you always hear people talking about it in a negative way. All because that person didn't like you. All because you wasn't good enough. All because they wasn't interested. That's all you're going to hear. So guess what you're going to do as an attractive man? You're going to feel some type of way, and guess what you're going to do? You're going to drop your self-esteem. And it's really not even your fault, my G. It's really not even your fault that you're going to have to drop your self-esteem, simply because you do not know the reason why. You don't know the reason as to why you're getting rejected. And to all the men, and like I said before, this video right here is strictly to all the attractive men. So if you are a not attractive man, like if you are like an average individual, and I'm here to tell you right now, if you are an attractive individual, your self-esteem is so low to the point you probably think you're an average ass individual, when in reality, motherfucker, you up there. You up there, consider with the 8, 9s, and 10s out in this bitch. But look, man, point of this I'm trying to get across to all the average individuals watching this video. Look, G. Look, man, to all the average men watching this video, right? You probably be thinking that the attractive man be getting laid all the damn time, huh? Oh yeah, I be seeing them damn comments. Real talk though, man. I be seeing them comments online. Here y'all go to the average man. Y'all be looking at the attractive man like, oh, you could get any girl you want. Oh, you just have dating on the easiest difficulty. But I'm here to let you know right now, my G. You as an average man watching this video, I just want to let you know this. You are going to have it easier than an attractive man. Oh yes, motherfucking indeed. You're gonna have it easier than an attractive man. Now let me explain why. And this is the reason as to why I wanted to make this video. Look, man, to an average man watching this video, do you want to know the reason as to why you're gonna have it easier than an attractive man? You want to know why you're gonna have it easier? Let me tell you why. The reason as to why you're going to have it easier than an attractive man is simply because, look, G, you as an average man, you as a man that don't look that good, that's not on your shit, that's probably bummy, ain't doing anything with your life. Look, G, you're going to have it easier in dating simply because you do not put no fear in these hoes' hearts. Or should I say, you do not make these hoes nervous. Let me talk about it. Look, G, attractive man, if you're an attractive man watching this video, I'm telling you, man, see, look, G, like I said before, man, you ain't gonna really see no videos when it comes to this damn subject. It's like, I don't know why. I really don't know why. But this is why I always say, look, G, this is why I always say, man. This is why I always say, if you're an attractive man or some shit, or just men in general, I always say, look, G, you're gonna have to look, man. Instead of looking at dating advice instead of looking at men giving your ass dating advice, look, G, you need to look at these damn females giving these females dating advice, because what's going to happen is, look, G, basically you're going to be a spy in disguise. You're going to gain intel. I'm telling you what, you're going to gain intel. Real talk. So what I mean is, look, G, point of this I'm trying to get across is, this is exactly what the fuck it is that I do. I'm telling you what it is. Look, G, I don't look at dating advice. Look, man, I don't look at dating advice videos. I don't look at men giving me dating advice videos no more, my G. I do not do that shit. And the reason as to why I don't do that is simply because, look, G, a man is only going to tell you their perspective on things. Whereas if you look at a female, right? If you look at a female dating advice video for a female, like a female's giving another female dating advice, or a female's communicating with other females about men and shit like that, what's going to happen is they're going to spoil the game. So point of this I'm trying to get across is, look, G, you need to, if you're on social media, you need to get your algorithm. Look, man, you need to get your algorithm on the feet. Look, man, you need to get your algorithm on the female's aspect. Real talk, man. You look, man. Like, real talk, you need to get your feed, you need to get your algorithm, your feed, you need to get all of that shit female based when it comes to like them. Look, man, you gotta gain intel from these motherfuckers, because if you do not gain intel some shit, you will never know. I'm telling you what it is. I'm telling you the game out in this bitch. So with that being said, right, this is why I came up to my damn conclusion. And this is why I'm making the video. To all attractive men watching this video, like I said, if you are an average man watching this video, right? If you are an average man watching this video, what's going to happen is basically you as an average man, you're going to have it easier in dating than an attractive man. Let me say this one more time. If you are an average man, you're going to have dating easier than an attractive man. Let me explain to you why. The reason as to why you're going to have dating on the easiest not easiest difficulty, but you're going to have it easier than an attractive man. The reason as to why that's going to be is simply because, look, G, like I said a couple minutes ago, you do not make these females afraid. You do not put no fear in these females' heart. You do not make these females intimidated by your ass. You got to think about it. To all my men out here watching this video, look at how you interact with a female, right? Look, man, look at how you interact with a female when you're not attracted to her. Here you go, right? So here you go, you talking to this female that you're not attracted to on some shit. Basically, motherfucker, you could talk any kind of way to her ass. You can look, man, you having the best. Like, if you trying to raise her ass up on some shit, you doing that shit effortlessly, because you ain't even trying to raise her ass up. Like, you're literally just talking to her like she's just another nigga. I'm telling you what it is. You're talking to her just like that. And the reason for it being is because, look, G, you're not afraid by her beauty or some shit. You're not afraid of her, You're not afraid because you don't find her attractive. Look, G, point of this I'm trying to get across is, these females do the same exact damn thing. Look, man, I told you, go on TikTok and go look at some females. Look, man, these females be spoiling game. Go on TikTok, right? Go on TikTok and some shit. Go on TikTok and basically type in videos of females. Type in videos of females, like basically what it is I just said. They're literally posting videos of them, right? They're literally posting videos of them saying, oh, you know, when I'm talking to a man I don't find attractive, when I'm talking to a man that I don't like, or some shit like that, right? Basically, they be all giggly with their ass, they be all laughing. Like, what I mean by laughing, like, real talk, like they be all giggly. They know how to communicate well with that man they don't like. Real talk, man. You know, like it is so easy to just communicate with the man it is that they don't like. I'll tell you what it is. Guarantee, right? Guarantee when they see that attractive man, right? When they see that attractive man, when they see that 10 out of 10 dude or some shit, real talk, man. When they see that hot guy, right? When they see that hot guy, look, G, they cannot be. Oh yeah, you're so funny. Oh yeah. Like we can just communicate for. They can't do that shit. I'll tell you what it is. They cannot do it. You want to know what they're gonna do when they see a hot guy? You want to know what they're gonna do when they see a fine, attractive man? They gonna look, man. They gonna look at that man one time. They probably, like, if they don't know who that guy is, they probably gonna make eye contact with that dude one time. They'll never look at that dude ever again. I'll tell you what it is. They will never look, man. Here you like just make a scenario right quick, right? Just make a scenario right quick. Picture a female walking out of the store or something like that, right? And she's seeing like an attractive man or some shit. Basically, what's gonna happen is, she's seen that attractive man, but the thing that's gonna happen is basically she gonna look one time and she will never look at that man again. Whole entire time, if that was a unattractive man or some shit. If that was a unattractive man, then what's gonna happen is, look, G, she gonna look at that man and she gonna keep on looking at that motherfucker. But you wanna know why? Because he don't put no fear in her ass. Same goes. Let me use another example right quick. Man. So let's say y'all like in a group setting or some shit like that, right? Let's say you in like a friend setting or some shit. Like it's a group of people around your ass. Here you go. It's this female, right? It's this female. She very pretty and shit like that. She the most talkative one or some shit. So she the most talkative one, you know what I'm saying? She's like the extrovert and shit like that. She could literally talk to anyone or some shit. Motherfucker, when it comes to your ass, your attractive, hot ass, pause. But when it comes to that, right? Basically what she gonna do to you on some shit, what she gonna do to you is basically she gonna say, no, basically, look, G, like I just told you, she is a extrovert to everyone else out in this bitch. When it comes to your attractive ass, she a sheep. All of a sudden, she became a damn introvert to your attractive ass, to your hot ass. She became shy to your hot ass. And look, G, point it is I'm trying to get across is, look, buddy, that's exactly what the fuck you're going through. I'll tell you what it is. That's what you're going through out in this bitch. That's what you're going through. Yeah, you, buddy. I can't look at you right now. I'm driving. But yeah, you as an attractive man watching this video, you as an attractive man watching this video, and you probably wondering to yourself, damn, why do I keep on getting rejected? Damn, why am I getting rejected left and right? Look, G, the reason as to why you getting rejected left and damn right is because you making these hoes nervous. I'll tell you what it is. You making these hoes shy on some shit. You making these hoes afraid. Real talk, man. Real talk. I'm telling you the game. I'm telling you the game out in this bitch. If you are an attractive man and you're getting rejected left and damn right, look, buddy, I literally just told you, you're making them nervous, my G. You're making them shy. They cannot interact correctly. Look, man. Like I said before, look, G, you do the same exact thing. When you see a pretty female, right? When you see a pretty female, all of a sudden you going for the R word that rhymes with beatard. You going for beatard mode. You start to be all awkward and shit. You know what I'm saying? You start to act all damn slow. Real talk, man. This is what happens. Same goes when it comes to their ass. See, y'all be putting these females on a pedestal and shit like that. I'm telling you what it is. But look, G, they be doing the same exact thing. I'm telling you what it is. So you as an attractive man watching this video, when you approach a female or look, man, you approach a female in public or you approach a female like online and shit like that. Look, G. What's happening is what I just said. You're making them nervous. You're making them shy. And since you are making them shy, right? Since you are making them nervous, right? Basically, what's going to happen is, like I said, they going for the R word that rhymes with beatard mode. They become slow. They start to act awkward. And when people start to act awkward, like I said, you do the same exact thing. When people start to act awkward, what happens? They start to act funny. I'm telling you what it is out in this bitch. They start to act funny because they are awkward, my G. I'm telling you the game. Real talk though, man. So, but yeah, man, other than real talk, man, that's basically all it is I wanted to say. Because like I said before, man, you as an attractive man, like I said, you probably watching this video right now, right? Real talk, man. Look, man, I'm speaking from experience out in this bitch. I went through the same exact shit. Look, G, look, man, I know I'm an attractive ass nigga. Look, G, look, man, I'm not as fly as I possibly could be. Trust me, on a good day, look, G, on a good ass day on some shit, when I be feeling like I'm that nigga, oh, best motherfucking believe I'm that damn nigga. I'm telling you what it is. So look, G, point it is, I'm trying to get across. And good thing I brought that up as well. Look, G, because look, man, hence the damn word in the first place. You are attractive. I'm telling you what it is. You are attractive. But the thing is, see, these females, right? These females, they don't like to tell men they are attractive. And it's multiple reasons. But one of the main reasons why they are not going to tell an attractive man that they are attractive or some shit is because what I'm talking about in this damn video, they are too shy to admit. They are too shy, my G. That's what, I mean, you got to think about it, my G. You got to think about it. When a person is shy, look, man, when a person is shy, what makes you think a shy person could give your ass a confident outcome? I'm telling you what it is. Think about that right quick. Let that sizzle in. Real talk though, man. What makes you think a shy person could give you a bold ass response? These motherfuckers is so damn shy. And then you gotta think about it as well some shit. These females is beta by default. I'm telling you the game, my G. But you as a man, right? And here you go. Look, man, and I always say, look, man, and I'm gonna make a video about this as well. Look, man, I'm gonna make a video about this as well, man. This is why I always say, look, G, well, I'm about to start saying this shit. Look, G, the next female, look, man, if you're an attractive, look, man, this goes for any man, but more so for an attractive man. If you are a man and you on point, my G, if you are an attractive man, you on point, like real shit, like you put, like you could dress, you know, like you look grown, you know, like you do not look dusty. You look like you got something going for yourself. Look, man, if you're like that, right? If you're like that and you get rejected, like let's say you approach a female in public or some shit like that, right? Or let's say you approach a female like via DM or some shit like that. Excuse me, sorry. Real talk though, man. But you know, with that being said though, right? So let's say let me use a public example. So let's say you approach a female in public or some shit like that, right? You approach a female in public or some shit, and let's say she turns you down. Let's say she turned you down some shit, right? Basically, point it is I'm trying to get across, right? Point it is I'm trying to get across is if she turn you down, my G, or she reject you, like whatever it is that she say, even if her ass say, sorry, I have a boyfriend, or sorry, I'm married, because you know how these females be lying on some shit. But look, man, even if they do say that, my G, hey, look, man, point it is I'm trying to get across is, look, G, look, man, like when she finished doing that rejection or some shit, when she finished doing that rejection, don't try to get her ass and nothing like that. Look, man, if you can, like real talk, if you can, like you got to think quick when it comes to this shit. But if you can, just ask her the question, saying, why did you reject me for? Real shit. Like real talk, man. Just ask her that question, right? Ask her that question. Why did you reject me for? That's it. That, like, real talk, you can word it however it is that you want to word it on some shit, but just ask that question. Ask that question, like, I'm gonna say it one more time. Just ask that question, like, it, you know, if she reject you, if she say, you know, if you ask her, are you single? Like, and she says no, or she has a boyfriend, she says, yeah. Like, look, man, look, man, if she said, look, man, just ask her, why did you truthfully reject me for? Like, don't, look, man, just say like you respect her decision. You ain't trying to change her decision, nothing like that. Real talk. I highly suggest you say that. Like, you respect her decision. You ain't trying to change her mind and nothing like that. Just ask her the question. Why? Why did she do that for? Like, why did you reject me for? Just ask her that shit, my G. Ask her that shit and see what she says. Because in the reason as to why I'm saying ask her that question is simply because, look, G, what's going on, right? Like I said earlier in this video, when you get rejected, right? When you get rejected, how does rejection make you feel? How does rejection make you feel? It make you feel hurt, right? It make you feel inadequate, right? It make you feel like you ain't worthy enough. It make you feel like it's something wrong with your ass. I'm telling you what it is. This how this fuck ass should be making your ass feel. But with that being said though, right? With that being said, thing is, you're not being told the real reason as to why you're getting rejected. You have no idea as to why you're getting rejected. You could be getting rejected because she honestly has a boyfriend. You could be getting rejected because she's not interested in your ass. You could be getting rejected for those things. But the thing is, how would you know? But that's the conclusion that you're going to come up with, because rejection is a negative thing. So you're going to come up to a negative conclusion. When in reality, look, G, especially if you're attractive on some shit. Look, man, I'm telling you what most men be going through out in this bitch. Look, G, you're getting rejected. You're getting rejected because these hoes is nervous, my G. You're getting rejected because they're shy. You're getting rejected because they are afraid. You're getting rejected. You're getting rejected because they're nervous, my G. And like I said, ask them that question. Ask them why they're rejecting you for. They might tell you, oh, I think you might play me in the future. Or I think you're a player. They might tell you, oh, you might be the one to hurt my feelings in the future. Look, man, here you go, right? You think you getting rejected for a negative reason or some shit whole entire time. Basically what I'm saying is you think you getting rejected like because it's something ugly with your ass, when in reality, motherfucker, you getting rejected because you so damn attractive to the point that these hoes think you gonna play their ass. I'll tell you what it is. And I'm telling you what most men be going through out in this bitch. I'm telling you, man, y'all be thinking, because they don't, and the reason, like I said, the reason as to why you be thinking you getting rejected by some ugly ass trait is simply because, look, G, they're not telling you the truth. See, the thing is, one thing about me, my G, I like to get the truth from these hoes. I'm telling you, and if you're a female watching this video, don't take the hoe in a negative way. I'm sorry for calling y'all a hoe, female. But look, man, I'm telling you what, you got to get the truth from these females, bro. You got to get the truth from these women, my G. You got to get the truth from them, because if you don't know the truth, right? If you don't know the truth, then what's going to happen is you're going to come up to your conclusion, and since rejection gives you a negative feeling, guess what you're going to do? You're going to start to think negative. You're going to start to think negative about yourself. I'll tell you what it is. I'm telling you the game out in this bitch. You're going to start, here you go. Oh, she rejected me. Oh, I'm not worthy. Oh, I can't, I'm not deserving. The whole entire time, motherfucker, she rejected your ass because she was so damn handsome out in this bitch, and she thought you was going to play her ass in the motherfucking future or some shit. I'm telling you how it be out in this bitch. So with that being said though, man, I ain't going to make this video. Look, man, I'm going to make a couple more videos when it comes to this subject. But yeah, man, so to sum this video up, see if I can get it to 25 minutes. To sum this video up, man, I'm telling you, look, man. I'm telling you the game. Real talk, man. I'm telling you the game, my G. I'm telling you what's going on. And I'm telling you what most men be going through out in this bitch. Look, G, and I'm going to say this one more time. Look, man, stop getting dating advice from other men. I'm telling you, look, man. Yeah, okay, so, yeah, look, man, the reason as to why I'm saying stop getting dating advice from other men is simply because, look, G, they are not a female. So with that being said, they cannot, look, man, since they're not a female, they can't really give you an answer as to why these females do what they do. They're going to have to come up to their own conclusion. I'm telling you what it is. Why you, look, man, so with that being said, if you, look, man, I'm telling you what it is that I do. I study female psychology. Real shit. I'm damn near at the point where I can read these females' minds and some shit. I'm telling you what it is. But with that being said, why am I doing all of these things? It's simply because I get my information, I get my intel, I get my, look, hold up, I'm trying to block the sun. Real talk, man. But look, man, I get my intel, right? I get my intel from women, my G. So with what it is I'm talking about in this video, look, G, this is where I'm getting the information from. Look, G, I ain't making this shit up. Look, man, I'm saying this for a reason. Look, G, the reason for it being is because this is what these females are doing. Attractive man watching this video, real talk, man, you're getting rejected because they are afraid. And look, man, you as a man watching this video, you probably can't believe it. You probably can't believe it. Like, okay, like, how you probably saying, how does that make sense? Why would a female say no? Like, what? Look, man, you probably saying, why would a female say no? Like, why would a female be awkwardly saying no or some shit? You got to think about it. And I think I said it like a couple minutes ago. Look, G, what makes you think a shy person is going to give you a confident outcome, my G? What makes you think a nervous individual is going to give you a confident outcome? What makes you think that shit? What makes you think? Like I said, look, man, you do the same exact thing. You do the same exact thing. You go full retard mode. I'm sorry for saying that word. I had to get my point across. But look, man, I'm telling you, you do that. Real talk, man. You do the same exact thing when you see a beautiful woman or some shit. You be like, oh my gosh, she like, motherfucker, you be stuttering all upon your damn words and shit like that. These hoes be doing the same damn thing. I'm telling you the game, bro. I'm telling you the game, bro. So moral of the story, man. Moral of the story, if you are an attractive man watching this video and you constantly getting rejected left and damn right, you thinking something is wrong with your ass, you thinking you got a curse on your ass, look, G, look, man, if you're going through this, man, I just want to let you know, look, G, the reason as to why that's happening is simply because when these females be around your ass, when you approach these females, when you be DMing these females online, you know what's happening in their head. They start to become awkward. They start to become shy. And good thing I brought that up as well. I don't care. Look, man, I do not care how fine that female is, bro. I don't give a fuck. See, look, man, that's also another thing, man. That's also another thing. Look, man, good thing I brought that up as well. That's why you don't see a whole lot of good-looking women with good-looking men. It's a reason for it being because, look, G, when it comes to these good-looking women, I just want you to know they're insecure just like the not-so-good-looking women on some shit. I'm telling you what it is. So in their mind, they're going to think, look, man, they're going to think the same exact way. Look, man, and you want to know why? You want to know why they're going to do your ass? Good thing I brought this up. Do you want to know why these if you're a good looking man and you can't get a good looking woman on some shit, but G, you want to know the reason for it being? Just know this, y'all both in each other leads or some shit. Oh yes, indeed. Yeah, the girl it is that you truthfully want. Oh yeah. You want to know something, my G? You want to know the truth about this shit? She wants your ass too. Oh yeah, she wants you too, my G. Thing is some shit. Look, G, she thinks she can't get your ass. And the reason as to why I'm saying she thinks she can't get your ass is simply because she's looking at your ass like it's too good to be true. So if you're a good looking man trying to find a good looking woman on some shit, that's what's going on. Because these good-looking women, right, they're going to reject your offer simply because they think you're too good to be true out in this bitch. They think, oh, damn, I finally ran across a good-looking man. We're both matching. Like, he's good-looking, I'm good-looking. Oh, and like everything is there out in this bitch. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to end up being, look, man, these good-looking women is going to end up being awkward to your ass the most. Let me say this one more time. These good-looking women is going to be awkward to the good-looking man the most. Simply because y'all on the same level. And when y'all on the same level, right? When y'all on the same level, basically, I mean, you got to think about it. You got to think about it. It's like trying to get the person that you always wanted on some shit. When it comes to trying to get the person you always wanted on some shit, right? Basically, what happens? You feel like you can never get them, and you feel like it's just some unattainable ass thing. Look, man, these good-looking hoes is looking at your ass. They looking at you like that, my G. I'll tell you what it is. And if you don't believe me, look, G, you don't gotta believe me on some shit. You don't gotta believe me on some shit. All you gotta do is type all of it. Type in everything it is that I'm saying on Reddit, Quora, social media, TikTok. Look, man, on the internet, you gotta go deep into the surface, because what's happening is a whole lot of people, right? A whole lot of people, they think attractive individuals just have dating on the easiest difficulty. This is why you see a whole lot of men, right? This is why you see a whole lot of average men and shit like that. They be like, oh, since you're an attractive man, you could pull girls so easily when you're an attractive man. When in reality on some shit, look, G, that ain't the damn case. And good thing I brought that up as well, because these good-looking women, since they think that the good-looking man ain't gonna commit to their ass, gonna play their ass, gonna do their ass dirty on some shit, basically what's gonna happen is, look, G, they're gonna go, if you're an average man watching this video, oh yeah, congratulations, buddy. You're in luck. Because what's going to happen is they're going to go for your ass. And the reason as to why they're going to go for your ass is simply because they know you ain't going nowhere. Or they don't got to come up to those fearful ass conclusions of saying, oh, damn, he's not going to play me. Oh, damn, you know, I'm not afraid of him. I'm telling you the game out in this bit. I'm telling you the game. Real talk though, man. So, and the reason as to why I keep on making this video going longer than it should be on some shit is simply because I'm really trying to get my point across, man. Hey, man, shout out to the sun, but this damn sun in the way. Real talk, man. Hold up. I don't know. Maybe it's just supposed to shine bright like a diamond. Real talk though, man. But look, man. But yeah, man. So, with that being said, though, man, if you're an attractive man watching this video, the reason as to why I keep on making this video going longer than it should, I could end the video right now. I just want to break you free from this damn, because look, man, look, man, man, it's really bullshit, bro. It's really bullshit. Because the thing is, look, man, you're not getting the validation, my G. You're not getting, look, man, these females, right? These females, they could get the validation from the men, but you're not getting that validation from the woman. And the reason for it being is because what I'm talking about in this video, they're too nervous to give you the validation, my G. They're too nervous. Excuse me. I'm telling you the game. They're too shy. They're too nervous to give you the validation. So with that being said, right? With that being said, you're gonna have to come up to your conclusion. You know, like real talk, man. Here you go. You're an attractive man, but the thing is, you ain't getting no damn female love out in this bitch. What's gonna happen is some shit. What's gonna happen is you're gonna start to think you ain't shit. When in reality, motherfucker, you the shit. But the thing is, you ain't being told you the shit. So with that being said, though, right? With that being said, guess what? Your self-esteem gonna drop. I'm telling you what it is. I'm telling you the game, my G. Damn, Sean dating out in this bitch. Oh, here you go as an attractive man. Oh, I keep on getting rejected. Oh, what the fuck? But here you go. You be like, oh, I keep on getting rejected. Oh, I can't get no hoes. Oh, well, why I can't get no girl? Hey, that's you as an attractive man saying that shit. It makes no damn sense. But I'm here to tell you ass the reason for it being. Look, man, it really don't make no sense. But it will make sense when you start to understand as to what's going on. And what's going on is these motherfuckers is afraid. That's what's going on out in this bitch. I'm telling you the game. They're afraid, my G. You make them insecure. And look, man, I made a video about this already. I made 2 videos about this already. But title of the video is called Auto Rejection. That's what you're going through, my G. You're going through auto rejection. And this is what most men are going through. These females are insecure. These females are insecure, bruh. And since these females are insecure, I always say, what makes you think an insecure individual is going to give you a confident outcome? An insecure individual cannot give you a confident outcome. They're insecure, aka they're negative. When a person is negative, if a person is, it's like negative and positive. The shit don't mix. Therefore, they can't give you a positive outcome. What the fuck? I'm telling you the game out in this bitch. Anyways, though, man, I ain't gonna make this video too long. Probably get this video up to 35 minutes. But this is the last thing I want to say. Real shit. This is gonna be the last thing I want to talk about. If you don't want to hear this from me, what I need you to do, you need to go on the female space in dating. You need to go on the female pages in dating. And you need what it is that I'm talking about in this video, you need to search this up. Real shit, I'm telling you. So let me give an example of what it is that I do. So you could type in on Google. This is what you could type in on Google. You could type in like you got to do some reverse psychology, my G. Like you got to get in the female's brain. I'm telling you what it is. So this is what you could do. You could say this. Like you could say this. You could say like on Google or TikTok, because I'm telling you, females would literally, look, man, good thing I brought this up because I already know I'm put this on TikTok. Go on TikTok, right? Go on TikTok and type in, I rejected a guy because I was shy. Or I rejected a guy because I was nervous. I rejected a guy because I had social anxiety. I rejected the guy that I liked because I was awkward. Look, man, you could type that shit on Google, type that shit on social media, TikTok, YouTube. Look, man, and what's going to happen is you're going to see it pop up, and you're going to see females videos like on TikTok. You're going to see females talking about on TikTok. Oh, you know, I rejected this guy that I like because I was so awkward. I was so afraid. I was so afraid. I didn't know what to say. Like the no just came out of, like I said, look, man, they're going to say no. They're going to say no because they cannot say yes. And the reason why they can't say yes, because like I said before, when it comes to the word yes, that's being confident. These motherfuckers is not confident. So with that being said, right? With that being said, look, man, oh, I said no because I was too shy. I said no because I was so awkward. And then a couple minutes later, you know, real talk, couple minutes later, oh, now I'm facing the regret because of what I said. So now he probably thinks that I don't like him. He probably thinks that I rejected him because, you know, I wasn't feeling him. When in reality, I really liked him. When in reality, I was just so awkward. When in reality, I didn't know what to say. I'm telling you what you're going through. Hey, look, man, you got to think about it, bro. Look, man, you got to think about it, my G. They are beta by default. And if you want to keep it 100 with you, man, it kind of makes sense. I mean, look, man, like I said before, man, these females are beta by default. They are submissive by nature, my G. So with that being said, this is part of their submissive nature. This is part of their submissive nature on some shit. They're not confident by default, my G. They're not confident by default. So with that being said, what makes you think they're going to give you a confident answer out in this bitch? I ain't gonna lie, I feel good as a bitch in here. But yeah, man. But yeah, man. Other than that, though, man. Other than that, that's basically all it is I wanted to say. Real shit. That's all it is I wanted to say, man. If you're an attractive man watching this video, man, real shit, man. Now, look, man. I was gonna talk about like the attractive female. I don't know. I might make another video about that. Man. But yeah, man. I'm trying to. I'm gonna get this. Nah, real shit. I'm gonna get this video up to 40 minutes. And like I said, the reason as to why I keep on making this video long, I'm just trying to get this synced into your brain, man. Trying to get this synced into your brain because, like I said, speaking from experience, my G, real shit. Just know this. Look, G. Just know I don't got that shit on. And just know I need to shave all of this off. But I'm here to tell you right now, on a good ass day, on a good day, my G, I'm a 10 out of 10. Real shit. I ain't bullshitting. So with that being said, though, right? With that being said, motherfucker, when this shit used to happen to my ass, I used to feel some type of way. I used to be like, damn, why am I getting rejected for? Like, damn, this ain't making no sense to my ass. Like, damn, like, real shit. I know I'm a catch. Motherfucker, I'm a cool ass nigga. I could dress. I'm fly. Same shit. But real talk, man. I got charisma out in this bitch. Motherfucker, I got the social proof. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's some other shit out in this bitch? You know, like, motherfucker, like, G, I ain't rich, but just know this. I got crypto money, bitch. So with that being said, bitch, you know, just know this. I got crypto money out in this bitch. But look, man, so with that being said, you know, what's some other things about me out in this bitch? Motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got perfect skin. Motherfucker, I'm fit, confident. Motherfucker, it's a whole list of qualities that will make my ass a damn catch out in this bitch. Now I'm sitting back just wondering, what the fuck? What is the reason as to why I'm getting rejected out in this bitch? This ain't making no damn sense. I'll tell you what it is. But I realized this shit. And the thing of this, I realized some shit. The thing of this, I realized, look, G, I'm getting rejected because these hoes be damn nervous. I'll tell you what it is. So these hoes be fumbling the damn bag. Like I said, if you don't want to hear from me out in this, if you don't want to hear from me, all you gotta do is go on YouTube. All you gotta do is go on TikTok. Look, man, you gotta go on the female space. You gotta go deep inside the surface of the female space. Stop getting your dating advice from men. I'm telling you, man, they gonna give you a whole different answer out in this bitch. They're not gonna give you the real answer because they're not a female. Only a female is going to give another female the real answer. Let me say this one more time. Only a female is going to give another female a real answer about men. And when that is the case, that's where you're going to get the answer that you're looking for as to why these females do what they do. So when it comes to you watching this video, as an attractive man watching this video, look, G, you don't got to hear from me. Like I said, go on the internet, and like I said before, another thing you could do out in this bitch. Sorry for cussing, man, but another thing it is that you could do, look, G, the next time you approach a female, next time you DMing a female, and, you know, all of a sudden they just rejected your ass, like in y'all in public, she probably say, no, I got a boyfriend, I'm married, or if y'all like DMing each other online and shit like that, and basically, you know what I'm saying, they flaked on your ass, like when you asked them on a date, they flaked on your ass. Look, G, when they do all of that shit, my G, just ask them, look, man, ask them the question as to why they did what they do. Just ask them, look, man, just say, I ain't trying to, look, man, just say, I'm not trying to get with you. I respect your decision. I'm not trying to get with you. I would just like to know the reason as to why you did what you did. Real talk. If damn sure in public, they're going to give you a response. But, you know, like, real talk, man, just ask that question. Just, real talk, just ask them for the truth. And if they give you the truthful answer on some shit, voila, you will come back to this video and you will say, damn, he's right. I'll tell you what it is. Anyway, so, man, I'm going to end this video. So if you like this video, man, stay tuned for some more videos on Y'all V's Up.